The bullpen is going to be more of a place where there's competition. Signing Ryan Webb today helps. Another established veteran arm guy gives us a little bit different look. A ground ball guy, and we haven't had someone like that in a couple years. That's a nice element to have, but there's going to be competition in that bullpen. We can't replace Jake McGee's performance and productivity, but we feel like we have a lot of good arms that'll compete, and we'll see how it shakes out this spring and throughout the year.
Short answer, I think that, it's fair to say what Box did. He's kind of put himself in that role, and he did a tremendous job for us last year. We are going to have to find some things out on the bullpen, like Matt alluded to. The one thing I think going into this spring that will be a little bit different is we're going to challenge some of our pitchers to extend themselves a little bit from the bullpen. So maybe not quite so many one-inning guys, and let's have some guys that can get us four-plus outs. And add to the dynamic of how we want to run things. So, but no, I don't think anybody is set in stone saying we have to have an eighth inning guy.
That?
Yeah, I mean, that question gets asked quite a bit. We want our starters to give us a chance to win games. How we manage them, go as far as they can go, and we'll discuss and decide what's best. Last year we took an approach that was. I won't say criticized, but scrutinized a little bit. It worked out in our favor quite a bit. When it didn't work out, we had to answer some questions. This year, we're going to be better for that, but we have a different set of starting pitchers. If we're healthy coming out of camp, we'll have to regroup and kind of think what's best suited for our team going into the season. First and foremost, we need to be healthy. And then it is a little bit different bullpen dynamic. That's what we were talking about earlier with getting some multiple inning pitchers in there, or 4 and 5 out guys. But we try our best not to let any of that entertain, our thoughts, our pitchers' thoughts. Just go pitch. We know we have a very talented starting staff.
The other thing to add to that is that we played a ton of one-run games last year. It was so often that at 5th or 6th inning, it's a tie game, or we're up 1 or down 1. One of the reasons why we focused on upgrading the offense was to be able to score more runs and give ourselves a little bit more breathing room and distance, and that allows Kevin and the coaches to manage the game differently. When we're playing in one-run games every night, it's tough. It's tough to piece together the innings and make sure that we keep everyone fresh.
Hey, Matt, 2 questions. One, what Kevin mentioned, what is the thinking from the front office behind the extending the relievers a little bit, trying to get 4 and 5 and bridging an inning or 2?
Spring training is a time for guys to prepare themselves for what might be in the regular season, and we feel it's prudent just to make sure that our relievers build themselves up in a way that gives us flexibility. It would be great to have a starter go 7 innings, hand the ball off to a reliever in the 8th, and close it out in the 9th and win a ball game. And if that happens, fantastic. But we want to make sure that we have enough contingencies where we don't have issues covering innings. If there's an injury to a starter, if a guy doesn't go very deep, we want to make sure that we have the length to be able to have a fresh pen the next day and not have it affect our club that day or for a couple games down the road. Potentially, it just gives us more options to know that a guy is stretched out heading into the season and isn't necessarily limited to an inning. There's lots of reasons for a guy to pitch an inning, and it would be great if it lines up that way, but it doesn't always, and just that extra flexibility should be helpful.